Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Hedera and HBAR. So let's just dive in and let's start off with this tweet here. So we have a lot to talk about. I don't want to waste too much time on a few things here because there's a lot to talk about. Stick through till the end of this video because there's so much information I want to go over. But we officially hit 10 billion transactions. Lehman Baird actually filmed this kind of funny, but it's very serious in the sense that it does show you where their focus is. And this is their celebration of 10 billion transactions. So obviously they have plans to hit 1 trillion transactions, and it will happen. I cannot wait until that day does come. But you know, 10 billion transactions, if you would have told me that Hedera would be at 10 billion transactions today right now, I probably would not have believed you. We are hitting 1200 TPS at points in time. Just recently we were at 1500, and I know just also like a couple minutes ago we were at over 2000 TPS. What's crazy is that this is not the only metric that I've been keeping a close eye out on. We actually go over here to the 1 month span. So in just 1 month, first off, 7,700 max TPS. We know this year to date, we were at 8,500 at one point in time. In the last 1 month, we hit about almost 2.5 billion transactions. The average TPS is about 863. This is very significant. But what's crazier about all of this is the account growth. Over 734,000 accounts in 1 month. And 383,000 of those accounts are active. This is crazy. Total accounts 4 million, but 734,000 created in the last month alone. I'm telling you right now, HBAR is set to explode going into the next major bull run because of how much hype there is now behind it. There is so much happening here. I know everyone is focused on the price. I get it. I understand. But the price is just a blinder to what's really happening here. And remember, network demand, network expansion, all demands price action. And it will happen. I've been waiting patiently. Everyone should be waiting patiently for this. It is going to be very significant when HBAR really wakes up. Over here, HBAR Foundation, congratulations Hedera Ecosystem Builders DIFC Courts for achieving the UAE Empowerment Initiative of the Year at this year's Tech GovTech Innovation Awards for their work on Theory. This is huge. This is very huge. And you know what's crazy about all of this? Is that this is literally like when you look at what Hedera is working with and who they are working with, it is so crazy. Like when we scroll down, Theory is the digital home for your legacy, enabling users to upload and secure vital documents. These can range from insurance contracts, title deeds, wills, and financial certificates to images and multimedia files, and can be utilized by all individuals globally. Leveraging Hedera, Theory ensures the transmission of an entire portfolio to designated stakeholders or loved ones at a key time such as a death. Access to all data is restricted to the vault holder and listed intended recipients and guarantees ZK-proof privacy. You can learn more about our work with Theory and the Dubai International Finance Center courts in the HBAR blog. What's wild about this is the substantial background there is behind a lot of these major names like the DIFC courts. Like when you look at their about section, you can see that the DIFC is designed to be a financial free zone offering a unique independent legal and regulatory framework in order to create an environment for growth, progress, and economic development in the UAE and the wider region. As we look at what's happening here around Hedera, first off, regulations obviously becoming a big deal. This, to me, provides an insight on just how compliant Hedera actually is around regulations. Now, yes, I understand that the UAE and Dubai is very easy to come into compliance compared to like the US. But I also don't think that the US is going to be a big problem for Hedera either, because again, like as we do look at what Hedera's been doing, they've been working alongside government entities for so long. And also remember, DLA Piper, which is one of the largest law firms globally, is also working with Hedera. This is a company that in 2021 had a total revenue of $3.47 billion for a law firm, and they have offices in over 40 countries. This is a substantial law firm dating all the way back to 1800. I mean, this is crazy. This is crazy. It seriously is crazy. And, you know, I really do think that these are the types of names that provide you that confidence behind Hedera. Like, to me, Hedera is going to be a major leader around crypto and, you know, distributed ledger technology for years and years ahead. That's why Hedera is that 100-year-old company. They want to be a 100-year plus company, and they will be. And what's crazy is that like there's over 4,200 attorneys assigned to DLA Piper. Like, that's crazy to me. Now, also, the thing that you all have been waiting for, going all the way back to 2021. I don't know if you guys remember this, but I remember live streaming this hearing. This was with MTech, and this was a House hearing. This is from the U.S. Government Publishing Office. This is actually from their official website too. Like, this is govinfo.gov. And this was a virtual hearing before the Task Force on Financial Technology of the Committee on Financial Services, U.S. House of Representatives, 17th Congress, first session, going all the way back to June 15th, 2021. Digitizing the dollar, investigating the technological infrastructure, privacy, and financial inclusion implications of central bank digital currencies. Now, what's wild about all of this is the names tied to this. Obviously, yes, you had the House Committee on Financial Services. You had so many large individuals here. I mean, like when we look at some of the names, yes, you guys probably already know about some of these names, comparing it to what has been happening with Ripple and XRP. A lot of those Congress members have been speaking on what Gary Gensler and the SEC have been doing. Patrick McHenry is obviously one of them. Tom Emmer as well. There's a lot of them, right? But these are some of the largest individuals out there in terms of Congress. And tied to this, we also did see Task Force on Financial Technology as well. And guess who else was there? The witnesses is the key ones here. Check this out. Carmel Cadet, founder and CEO, MTech. You also had eCurrency, you had Law Library of Congress, and then you had Willamette University, and then the MIT Media. Now, keep a close eye out on these names and the companies tied to them. Also, here you had the other, I think that there was two. So yeah, there's two sections of this, as you guys do see. So this is the beginning of the entire discussion to kind of talk about a few things around digitizing the dollar. I don't even know if Hedera is brought up here. Yeah, Hedera is not brought up. But let me see if DLT is. Maybe it's under distributed ledger technology. So yeah, distributed ledger technology is mentioned 3 times actually within this. The first one is, as you investigate the technological infrastructure for a CBDC to achieve financial inclusion, it is important to highlight that technologies such as DLT, blockchain, and cryptography are tools that can be used to drive various outcomes. And then on the next one here, we did see there are actually a lot of very fine-grained choices about exactly how a digital currency might be distributed and how users might be allowed access to it. This also talks a little bit about digital wallets and things like that around the CBDC. And last but not least, again, they just talk a little bit about how a digital currency could be distributed and how to access it, and we need to find the right balance. Now, the names tied to this is what's significant to me, because obviously, yes, it's MTech, but also MIT. Why is MIT significant here? Well, it's very simple. The Federal Reserve has been working with MIT for a very long time on a digital dollar. And in my opinion, the reason why they are not mentioning MTech or any DLT of their choosing is simply because they want it to, stay private. There's probably NDAs in place and things like that. to me personally, these are the only major names here on the witnesses tab for literally a major meeting around a CBDC within the US, digitizing the dollar. Also, remember Project New Dawn. This is, to me, the secret sauce around all of this. By the way, this was May of 2021. So this was months, about 1 month behind this meeting, which is exactly why I'm pretty sure that we live streamed it. Now, yes, this is Working Paper, a digital cash infrastructure for all, an MTech initiative. This is from MTech themselves. And if you scroll all the way down, I don't know if they do have it. So here are the major partners of this. Hedera, there's 2 names from Hedera, NZIA, Microsoft, and also Deloitte. And when you actually look into Hedera around this and find it here, you do see interoperability. Gateway nodes or services could allow any financial institution to connect to the digital cash blockchain and utilize its infrastructure as cash becomes deposits and vice versa. The digital cash blockchain can be integrated with existing systems and does not require major retooling of the current banking system, which is a big obstacle on why they haven't utilized this for, like CBDCs and things yet. Further working with the Hedera Hashgraph network, we will develop further understanding on how to utilize interoperability to provide trust in the private CBDC network. I also believe that Hedera could very well be the trust layer for a CBDC. This is very significant, and there's so much to really kind of look into this around like the advisors as well. There's a lot here. There's an incredible amount of insight here around MTech, and I think that there's a lot of substance around MTech as well that a lot of people are just not realizing. Also, recently, MTech just announced this on May 26th. It's official. Building on our work with Bank of Ghana and Central Bank of Nigeria, West African Monetary Institute has partnered with MTech to expand the regulatory sandbox solution into 4 more countries. This is also a massive innovation around MTech. And also, over here, we do see West African Monetary Institute has announced teaming up with MTech Solutions, seeking to modernize country-level and regional regulatory sandboxes across the West African Monetary Zone. This is ultimately to develop specific use cases and take those steps towards having their financial system upgraded to this digital system that we've been talking about for so long. To me personally, this is a major step in the right, I would say in the right direction around how to actually adopt these technologies, utilize these technologies, etc. And then also, by the way, we do see over here from December 15th, MTech launches new tech platform to streamline central banking. Remember, this is that regulatory sandbox. And what do you see dubbed Modern Central Bank Sandbox regulatory compliance platform will enable central banks to counter challenges in the financial industry such as exclusion, KYC, SME, lending, cross-border payments, AML, and also even fraud. The company claims that its offering will also enable central banks to promote new innovations without compromising with oversight, which could lead to fast tracking of new financial products' time to market. And also, they're already working on the digital sand dollar currency. I'm pretty sure that they've already launched that, by the way. A lot has changed since this article, because this is going all the way back to like 2020 itself. And we even do see down here like our ability to help the leaders at central banks operationalize monetary and economic policy, promotes multi-stakeholder collaboration and innovation, such as exposing CBDC test APIs for industry testing. And it has partnered with tech giant Microsoft to deploy modern central bank sandbox in the coming months. And we already know that now they have partnered with Hedera as well. And what's crazy is like the names tied to MTech. Like, I don't think a lot of people actually broke down the team at MTech. So I actually have all of them. Their chief technology officer doesn't really have that much of a background, I'm pretty sure. Like, I looked into him. He doesn't really have a substantial background. That's like really kind of like, oh, wow, this is actually pretty big. But Carmel Cadet does. She comes from IBM, actually. 10 years and 2 months at IBM around financial services, business development executive. And she was working there for a while. In fact, if you actually look at her substantial background from IBM, there's a lot tied to it. Very significant. And then also, excuse me, their executive director. Check this out. This guy comes from KPMG. 10 years and 11 months. Absolutely wild. And look at what his focus was. Digital transformation and emerging tech. That's what his focus was. And it didn't happen until starting in 2016 to 2019. Crazy. And also, by the way, going back over here, their business, or not their business analyst, again, not a substantial background, but their delivery manager, product and services. She comes from a substantial background at IBM as well, 10 years, 9 months. Also, I'm pretty sure Infosys is a very large company as well. But this is huge. And also, last but not least, the one that holds a lot of weight to her, the risk expert. This is an individual that started her major career at Morgan Stanley, State Street as well. State Street is a very large, I think that they're like institutional or an asset under management company. They're a very large one. Morgan Stanley. But then here's where things get a little bit interesting. The Federal Reserve Bank of New York, full-time, worked there for 5 years and 6 months, supervisory information technology operational specialist in C-car stress tests. And then also Bank of West, BNP Paribas, New York Wealth Management, and then also MTech, but then the U.S. Department of Treasury as well, 9 years. Absolutely wild. And also, she was a strategic risk advisor at a central bank. I mean, listen, like as we really kind of look at MTech, there's a lot of substantial information here tied to MTech. And even if you go over to their website and look at their clients and engagements, Central Bank of Bahamas, Bank of Ghana, Central Bank of Nigeria, and also, what is that? Oh yeah, that's the Federal Reserve System of the United States. I'm telling you, keep a close eye out on MTech. They are an absolute giant. I do think that this is a very large company to keep a close eye on as well. A lot of their advisors come from very substantial backgrounds, like even IBM, the IMF, even Stripe and PwC. Like, again, MTech is a big one. And they are a direct partner of Hedera. Check this out. Going all the way back to 2021, MTech and Hedera Hashgraph joined forces to highly performant, trusted and energy efficient central bank blockchain infrastructure. Again, building out the infrastructure for CBDCs. And guess who MTech is literally working with? Some of the largest central banks out there, including the US Federal Reserve. I mean, this is wild to me. Blockchain technology and the mechanisms of distributed ledgers are new and important, especially for emerging markets. In developing a cash-like central bank digital currency, we know scalability, resilience, and performance are expected. This partnership brings both companies' unique capabilities together to design modern financial market infrastructures that deliver on those key principles. CBDC is more than a software application, it's an infrastructure, and we want to get it right. It's a big deal, a very big deal. And again, I do think that they are choosing Hedera because the partnership is about delivering high performance and high trust, literally everything that Hedera has been focused on. We're excited to see how MTech will meet and exceed the criteria and demands for scalable, secure CBDC solutions. And what better, network to utilize than Hedera with ABFT? And also you could tell that they're scalable. I mean, literally over 10 plus billion transactions tells us that. I mean, what better network of choice than Hedera? And by the way, we do see down here, MTech's sandbox platform that they partnered with Microsoft originally for will offer the Hedera token service and the Hedera consensus service for various innovators once launched. Again, a direct tie back to Hedera and exposure for MTech's clients. It's a big deal. And last but not least, the announcement over on Hedera's website. MTech is enabling global financial inclusion by leveraging technology to transform financial ecosystems. 100 plus countries exploring CBDCs, $1 quadrillion of global currencies and derivatives, 2 billion unbanked people worldwide. Through the Hedera Public Network, MTech is helping central banks safely engage their ecosystem in a way that will drive financial literacy, trust, and capacity building. Hedera's DLT is rooted in the ability to deliver highly scalable, low cost, and completely transparent transactions, which are critical to gaining the trust of the unbanked. I'm telling you right now, Hedera is a major player around the big central banks, and with MTech tied to Hedera, this is a partnership to watch for, just like it was back in 2021. And I remember making the video on MTech, the Project New Dawn white paper, in May of 2021, and since then, I have focused on this partnership for so long. I've been diving deep headfirst into it because MTech is an absolute giant. Everyone needs to watch this. If you hold HBAR, this is a partnership to watch for. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. Us, I was up to you all. Have a beautiful day or beautiful night. Wherever you guys are on this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.